Hello, hello, hola. Budget version of the Vaal Ice Nova Farmer. So I am level 90, but because I'm not using my inspired learning, there's 6 points here that are basically wasted. So you would basically be level 84 if you didn't have those. And the two items that I replaced, I guess 3 if you want to count the flask, because I am using this in my normal setup now. But I did get a Tyrant Shiver. This is 1 Alchemy Orb, and a Vaal Caress, which I believe is 1C. So those will each give our single target and AoE spells plus 2 levels, which acts like a 5-link, so it's super easy to get a 4-link version of these. So Ice Spear in the Staff, Power Charge and Crit, Unleash, and GMP unleashes, so when you're dodging stuff during the bosses fights, you get those extra bursts when you find an opportunity to throw your single target. Vaal Ice Nova increased critical strikes, so when we roll a LA Reflect map, we can just do it. We're just alking and going. Cold Pen to deal with the rares, and then AoE, so we get those overlaps for the rares. And then the Divination Distillate, again, 25% light radius is like 12. I mean, it gets boosted by our flask effectiveness, so it gives me 20% quantity from this one, so it's roughly like a 25% flask effect increase. But the light radius is also damage, so you get slightly less AoE, but you're getting a bunch more generic damage. So it's probably better to use. Plus, the quantity and rarity is always nice to have. Everything else is the same. Necklace is pretty bad. Belt's pretty bad. Combs Roots, which I would say is pretty good for this version, because you're really going to be taking a little bit more damage than the other one, because you can't spam Vaal Ice Nova, so you have to generate charges somehow. And those are the gear choices, and I'll have a clip of me doing a monolith in a bit. Alright, so explaining how to run the map right now. What you're going to do when you find the monolith is you're going to pop, hopefully all your flasks are up, you're going to pop your Vaal Ice Nova, and you're going to book it to one side of the monolith. So we found the monolith, pop it, Vaal Ice Nova, go to one side. Everything wants to spawn, you get your charges back, pop it, and then work your way back through while you generate charges along the way. Because if you stay in the center and you are trying to generate charges, you're going to cut off the chains. Then you run around, pick up loot, and single target rares if they survived. Yeah, so if you're in the center, you're cutting off your chains, and you really need your chains because that's how you deal with rares. You don't really deal with rares with like insane damage. You deal with them because there's a bunch of normal mobs next to them. So with the normal mobs next to them, you're getting overlap, so you're hitting them like 5 times with each Vaal Ice Nova. And that's why you want to get to one side and then work your way back. For bosses, you really just want to pop your Frost Bomb on them. And then as you can see, because I have my flask up, I only have the 2-second window in which I can regather my... I only have to wait 2 seconds to regather souls, so... That's why it feels roughly the same speed.